Good morning, children. Today I'll continue with Act 4, Scene 1, The Merchant of Venice, and this is the fourth part. We'll continue and I'll talk about the trap scene. In my first video I had mentioned the word trap scene. So here today we'll discuss about the trap scene. Before I start, let us find some highlights about the trap scene. The trap scene you'll find between the lines 315 to 344. The bond does not permit you to shed the smallest drop of blood. Portia tells Shylock that bond doesn't allow you to even shed any drop of blood. The word defines a pound of flesh. As the word is only pound of flesh, so you will only get pound of flesh. While cutting it, if you shed a drop of Christian blood, then the law of Venice will confiscate your property. Very simple, that if you cause harm to that merchant or any Christian blood is shed because of your fault, then your property will be confiscated. Shed no drop and be careful to cut neither more or less than a pound. Not only dropping in shedding a drop of blood, but you can't cut more or less. What will happen if it is more or less? If the scale differs by a hair's breadth, do you understand? If the scale, if the amount, if the weight is differing even by a hair's breadth from the exact weight, you will have death penalty. Another very shocking news, that you will be told to die if you cut a little more. How much more? Even a hair's breadth. All your possessions will be confiscated by the state. Now this is where Shylock gets trapped. So that is why I call it a trap scene, and this is also very important. You should know about it. Let us continue where I left last time. It says, Gershaniyo, O upright judge, mark Jew, O learned judge. When Portia declares that you cannot shed a drop of blood, Gershaniyo feels very happy, and he is in all praises for Portia. Shylock, is that the law? Shylock is a little annoyed, and his questioning, is that the law? Portia, thyself shall see the act. Means you can see. For as thou urgest justice, you only urged justice, you never wanted anything else. Be assured, thou shalt have justice more than thou desire. How much you desire justice, you'll have more than that. Only justice will be provided to you, nothing else. Gershaniyo is again very happy. He says, Oh learned judge, mark Jew, a learned judge. Mark means listen to him, right? Shylock, I take this offer, then pay the bond thrice and let the Christian go. Now he's deciding, he's a double mind. Now he's saying, all right, give me my money, I take I take back my bond if you pay me thrice the amount principal amount I had given. Bassanio, here's the money. Bassanio is ready to offer money, no? So he's saying, here's the money. Portia says, soft. Here soft means stop. The Jew shall have all justice. Soft. Stop. No haste. Don't be in a haste. He shall have nothing but the penalty. He only wanted the justice, so he will have justice, nothing else. Gershaniyo, O Jew, an upright judge, a learned judge. So he is in a way teasing Shylock and calling Portia judge and upright judge, because same expressions Shylock had used before to praise Portia. Portia says here, therefore prepare thee to cut off the flesh, shed thou no blood, right? Shed thou no blood, prepare to cut the flesh, nor cut thou less nor more, but just a pound of flesh. So you cannot take more or less. If thou cuttest more or less than a just pound, be it but so much as makes it light or heavy in the substance, in the weight of the division of the 20th part of one poor scruple, nay, if the scale do turn but in the estimation of a hair. Means if the scale is even a hair, you can understand the weight of a hair, even the breadth of a hair, if one little is little higher, the scale is higher, you will die, thou diest, and all thy goods are confiscated. So you have to lose everything. So be very sure that you First of all, you cut the pound of flesh without shedding any drop of blood, and secondly, you have to be exact in your cutting. Crescenio says, a second Daniel, oh, a Daniel Jew, now infidel, I have thee on the hip. Now he's trying to say that Shylock is caught, right? Caught by the hip. Like if you catch anybody by the hip and from the back, if you hold his hip, so he's not able to move. The same way Crescenio is saying that Shylock is in a difficult situation now, and he's an infidel. Infidel means unbeliever. Christians call Jews unbeliever as they don't believe in their Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, so they call them infidel. Portia, why doth the Jew pause? Take thy forfeiture. What are you waiting for? Why are you waiting? Jew, come, take your forfeiture. Shylock, give me my principal and let me go. Shylock is very annoyed, no? He says, no, just give me my amount, whatever amount I have given, just give me that and let me go. Bassanio, I have it ready for thee, here it is. As usual, Bassanio, spendthrift, is always ready with money. So he is again saying, I have the money and I am offering to the Jew. Portia, he hath refused it in the open court. Portia reminds Bassanio, because it is her money only, no, what Bassanio is offering. So she is saying, he has already refused in the open court that he will not accept anything else but the bond. He shall have merely justice and his bond. Crescenio, a Daniel still say, I, a second Daniel. I thank the Jew for teaching me that word. Crescenio is feeling very thankful to the Jew for teaching him the word, a Daniel or a second Daniel as he is calling Portia. Daniel again, a reverend person in the Bible who is known for his sound judgment. Shylock, shall I not have barely my principal? Now Shylock is questioning Portia, saying, you will not give even the principal amount. Portia, thou shalt have nothing but the forfeiture. To be so taken by thy peril, Jew. He said, no, you shall have nothing but the penalty to be taken at your own risk. You only had asked for the penalty, so you'll get the penalty only. Shylock, why then the devil give him good of it? I'll stay no longer question. So then may the devil take him, right? He can't take him, so let the devil take him. I shall not stay here to discuss it any longer. I shall stay no longer question. Like I will not come, I stay here. Portia says, tarry Jew. Remember, previously she said, wait. Now here it is a tarry Jew. Tarry means wait. The law hath yet another hold on you, right? It is enacted in the law of Venice if it be proved against an alien, a foreigner, that by direct or indirect attempts he seek the life of any citizen. According to the law of Venice, if a foreign person, he is trying to take away life of a citizen of Venice, right? Then the party against the which he doth contrive shall seize one half of his goods. That means the party concerned will take over one half of your property, and the other half comes to privy coffer of the state. Privy coffer, that is private coffer, that is treasury of the state. Means half your property, half your money, half of whatever you have will go to Antonio, and the rest half will be given to the state. And the offender's life lie in the mercy of the Duke only, and the one who is offended. Now here who is offended? Shylock. So his life is at the Duke's mercy. Against all other voice, in which predicament I say thou standest, for it appears by manifest proceedings. Now what she's trying to say, that I see that such a charge is now applicable for you. I say thou standest, for it appears my manifest proceedings, that directly and indirectly too thou had contrived against the very life of the defendant Antonio. You have tried to take away Antonio's life, so you are there to be punished. And thou hast incurred the danger formerly by me rehearsed down therefore, and beg mercy of the Jew. I have already rehearsed with you about mercy. I have told you about mercy. Now you have to beg for mercy from the Duke. Crescenio is very happy. He says, beg that thou makest have leave no hang dice to hang themselves. And yet thy wealth being forfeit to the state, thou hast not left the value of a cord. Therefore, thou must be hanged at the state's charge. He says, what mercy you want? You want to be hanged. Ask Duke to hang you. And because you're left with no money, everything has been taken away. Your property, your money, your possessions, everything has been taken away. So you're not left with even the money to buy a cord for yourself. That is a hanging rope. So ask the state to provide you or to hang you at their own charge. Duke, that thou shalt see the difference of our spirit. Our spirit here means Christian spirit. Now he's trying to say, now you'll know what is the difference between a Jew and a Christian. I pardon thee thy life before you ask it. Before you could ask for your life. I being a Christian, I'll pardon, I'll forgive you. Christians are known for their forgiveness. For half thy wealth it is Antonio's, and other half comes to the general state. Half of the wealth has gone to Antonio, and half of it will come to the property, to the treasury, which humbleness may drive unto a fine. And I can reduce it, I can leave you with a fine. Portia, A, for the state, not for Antonio. Portia is reminding Duke and saying, no, you cannot decide for Antonio, only for state you can leave him with a fine, not for Antonio. Shylock, nay, take my life and all. No, I don't want anything, you take away my life also. Why? Because you have taken away my money, my property, my means to survive. When I don't have the means to survive, what will I do with this life? So better you take away my life also. Pardon not that, don't pardon my life. You're taking away everything, so take away my life also. You take my house when you do take the crop and doth sustain my house. You take my life when you do take the means whereby I live. As I told you, you've taken away the means of living, so how will I live? It's better to take away my life. Portia, what mercy can thou render him, Antonio? Now Portia is asking Antonio. Till now, Shylock has not been able to show any mercy to Antonio, but it is Antonio's turn. So Portia is questioning Antonio and asking, how can he show mercy to him? Crescenio, a halter gratis, nothing else, for God's sake. Crescenio is too quick to answer this, that a halter gratis means I have got a cord, a hanging cord, nothing else, for God's sake. Antonio, so please my lord, the Duke and all the court, to quit the fine for one half of its goods. I am content, so he will let me have the other half in use, to render it upon his debt unto the gentleman who lately stole his daughter. Antonio says, I don't want anything from him, only whatever property he was supposed to give it to me, let him give it as a gift. To whom? To the Christian who stole his daughter. That means give everything to Lorenzo, who had married Jessica. Two things provided more, that for the favor. He's in two more things. One, he has to give all the money, whatever he has after his death, to his son-in-law and daughter. He presently become a Christian. So two more things is, one, he becomes a Christian, and the other, that he do record a gift here in the court. And he has to record, that means he has to sign a deed of agreement, that whatever he has, he will give to his son-in-law. Of all that he dies possessed unto his son Lorenzo and his daughter. Very easy. Whatever he has to sign a deed. We will not let him go without signing. Maybe tomorrow he just says no, then Duke, he shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon that I lately pronounced thee. Yes, he has to do it. He has to sign the deed. If he doesn't, then I'll take away my penalty, the pardon I had given him, that I saved his life. Portia, art thou contented, Jew? What dost thou say? Are you contented, and what will you say? Shylock, I am content. Shylock doesn't have to say anything because he says, I am content. Portia, clerk, draw a deed of gift. He's asking Portia to draw a deed of gift, means prepare papers for Shylock to sign the deed. Shylock, I pray you, give me leave to go from hence. Allow me to go from here. I am not well. Send the deed after me. I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling well, so let me go and send the deed after me. I will sign it. Send the deed, I'll sign it later. Duke, get thee gone, but do it. Yes, you may go, but do sign the deed. Gratiano, in christening shalt thou have 2 godfathers. Had I been judge, thou shouldn't have been 10 more, to bring thee to the gallows, not to the font. Now here, font means the font of baptism. He's saying, if I would have been there in the ceremony, because here Duke says no, Antonio says that he should become a Christian. So when christening is done, when a child is been named, so he has to have a godfather and godmother. So he says if Shylock will be Christian, he'll have 2 godfathers. One is Antonio, other is the Duke. And if I would have been a judge, he would have 10 more. He's just whiling away, he's just making fun. To bring thee to the gallows, not to the font. I wish if I would be the judge, I would have taken straight to the gallows. That means to be hanged, not to the font of baptism. Font of baptism, the table of baptism, you can say. Duke, sir. Now Shylock leaves. Duke says, sir, I entreat you home with me to dinner. Duke is inviting Portia for dinner. Portia says, I humble to desire your grace of pardon, but no. I'm sorry, I won't be able to make it. I must away this night towards Padua. I have to go back to Padua, and it is meet I presently set forth. I can only reach there in time if I leave immediately. Duke, I am sorry that your leisure serves you not, that you don't have enough time, you don't have leisure time, you don't have spare time to spend with me for dinner. So anyway, you can go. Antonio, gratify this gentleman. Telling Antonio to do something for this gentleman, for Dr. Balthazar. For in my mind you are much bound to him, because according to me you owe your life to this gentleman, to this lawyer, to this doctor of law. Then Duke goes with his magnificos and the train. The train means all the attendant along with the Duke. Duke is the king, no? Bassanio is alone now here with Antonio and Portia. Most worthy gentlemen, I and my friend have by your wisdom been thus this day acquitted of grievous penalties. Your wisdom has saved us from grievous means very dangerous penalties. In lieu therefore 3,000 ducats due unto the Jew, we freely cope your courteous pains withal. How nice, no? Bassanio is presenting the same money what he had borrowed from Portia before. He's again giving it back to Portia and saying, the 3,000 ducats which was supposed to be given to the Jew, now I give it to you. Please accept this as my gift, because the Duke said, do something for him, Antonio, and stand in debt over and above in love and service to your evermore. Antonio says, I am totally in debt to you in love and in service. Right? If you want any help from me, I am always there to help you. Evermore means always. Portia, he is well paid that he is well satisfied. Portia says, I don't need any payment because I am satisfied with my work. So satisfaction is the best payment I can have. And I, delivering you, am satisfied. I have been able to deliver you, save you from the clutches of the cruel Jew. And therein do account myself well paid. By doing justice to you, by saving you and your life, I am paid already. My mind was never yet more mercenary. Mercenary means money-minded. I am not money-minded. I am not going for money. I have been able to save your life. That was enough. I pray you, know me when we meet again. Only when you see me again, you recognize me. Alright? Don't just say that you don't know me. I wish you well, and so I take my leave. I wish you well, and I am taking my leave. My leave is, I am taking permission to leave now. Bassanio, dear sir of force, I am attempt your further. Take some remembrance of us as a tribute. Do something, like take something at least as a tribute. Not as a fee, grant me 2 things. I pray you not to deny and to pardon me. As I am saying, take something from us, at least as a reminder, as a remembrance, as a tribute. Don't deny us and forgive me for taking such a making such a wish to you. Portia, you press me far and therefore I will yield. Oh, you are asking me with so much of concern, so I think I'll decide to do what I can do. To Antonio she says, give me your gloves, I'll wear them for your sake. Oh, I'll wear your gloves, Antonio, give me your gloves. To Bassanio, and for your love, I'll take this ring from you. The same ring which Portia had given on the wedding day. So she's saying, I'll take away this ring. Do not draw back your hand. When Portia was trying to take the ring from Bassanio's hand, what was Bassanio doing? He was trying to hide his hand. He was hiding it. So she's saying, don't draw it back your hand. I'll take no more than in love shall not deny me this. In love I'm asking you, just give me the ring and don't deny me. Then Bassanio says, this ring. Now he is very terrified. He says, oh, if I part with it, what will Portia say? So he's questioning and he's saying, this ring, good sir, alas, it's a trifle, it's such a small and a trifling thing, a very, very ordinary ring. I will not shame myself to give it. I will not, I'll be ashamed if I give you such a small ring. Portia, I will have nothing else but only this. And now methinks I have a mind to it. Because you're refusing it, no? So now I'll definitely take this only. Nothing else I want. Bassanio, there's more depends on this than on the value. It is not the value of the ring, it is dearest to me because my wife gave me. The dearest ring in Venice will I give you. Dearest here means the expensive, most expensive ring in Venice I will give you. And find it out by proclamation only for this. He's saying, only for this I pray you, pardon me. Just leave me. Just leave this ring. Just pardon me. I'll proclaim that whoever has the richest ring or the most expensive ring, I'll get it for you. Portia, I see, sir, you are liberal in offers. He says, oh, I think you're only liberal. You are very, very spendthrift. You are making offers. You are very liberal. You taught me first to beg. First you taught me how to beg. Means request. And now methinks you teach me how a beggar should be answered. By refusing me to give the ring, I think now you are teaching me how a beggar should be answered. Now she's trying to play with words. Bassanio, good sir, this ring was given me by my wife. Now Bassanio couldn't hold it any more longer. He's quickly confessing and saying, oh, this ring, this is given to me by my wife. And when she puts it on, she made me vow that I should neither sell nor give nor lose it. 3 things. I should not lose it, I should not sell it, or I should not give it to anybody. My wife made me promise all these 3 things before she could give, before she gave me the ring. Portia, that excuse saves many men and save their gifts. Oh, that is the excuse men give by saying it is their wife's gifts and they save their gifts. And if your wife be a mad woman and know how well I have deserved the ring, she would not hold out enemy forever for giving it to me. Well, peace be with you. Thank you. I'll continue a little later in the next scene.